Hey guys, welcome to Split. Today we are looking at a camera that's going to expand our arsenal. It's the Sony ZV E10. Yes, you should appreciate the name because Sony is running away from the A600 series because they had a ton of series in the A600, 6600, 6400. It's getting really confusing. So they swapped out with the ZV1 and then now the ZV E10. Probably tell you a few updates as I go along, but for now, let's see what's in the box. Okay, so in the box, you have your top flap. Okay, that's the thing. You got your paperwork, limited warranty, some giveaways, I think, hopefully save me money, guide, accessories, make you spend more money, yada, yada, blah, blah. Let's put that to one side. Okay, so you got the power brick with a USB-A on the other side that charges 5 volts. That of course charges the battery or the camera itself. You have the battery for the ZV E10. Looks pretty small. Gonna have to buy another one of these at this rate. We have the wind blocker thingy for when you put it, with the microphone at the top. Interesting. Because there's a microphone module on top of the camera, which I'm going to show you in a second. This prevents this is wind shear so that you don't get that when you're recording outside. And then there's a strap, which most people rarely ever use because they kind of mount this thing to rigs and so on. But it just makes sense to have the strap if you're carrying it around so you don't drop it. But choice is yours, I guess, depending on what kind of photography or video you're doing. And there is a USB-C cable, which is an improvement from the ZV E1, which was running a micro USB. That's kind of stuck in the past. So this makes sense. At least you'd be able to charge it with any other USB cable C you have in the house. Okay, moving on from all the accessories, let's get to the head honcho, the ZV E10. I think that's all. So that's the camera. Let me get the box out of the way. Now that's the main camera. So it's an APS-C camera. It is one of the cheapest, if not the cheapest right now that Sony makes in its Alpha series. That allows you, the difference between this and the ZV1 is that it allows you to swap out the lens, which already increases utility. They move some things around. There's a zoom toggle here, an on and off switch, a switch between camera and video and S&Q, blur background, and this dial for aperture and stuff. All these buttons are the same, but they've been moved around in terms of arrangement, but they're pretty much the same ones on the ZV1. It doesn't have an electronic viewfinder, which is a bummer for especially guys that like photography, but that's changing. It's becoming a more and more personal thing. It's not a deal breaker for me personally. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. It does have an LCD, fully articulating LCD screen that flips out to the side. Again, which is a bit of an advantage in my opinion, because flipping out to the top like some of the A series did would get in the way when you're putting stuff in the hot shoe on top. Moving on fairly quickly, the grip is also a bit solid because it's a bit wider than the Z1. Underneath is where the battery sits, I believe. Yes, and also your SD card pops in here. So this, you can take out the SD card to transfer data, or you could just use the data cable plugged in to transfer data. Probably check to see which is faster. And I'm suspecting the USB-C probably win in that race. We'll see, we'll get back to you. And it is a bit far away from the mount, which helps because the battery door is not going to get in the way when you're mounting tripods or other gear. What else we got? Ooh, yes, of course. There is a microphone jack, which makes sense in case you're not going to use, most people don't use that anyway. And of course there is USB-C and a HDMI mini and a headphone jack, which is just really practical in my opinion. You don't always have to go with the wireless, the complicated other kind of form factors. The headphone jack is a classic and it will continue to be a classic for us. As far as I'm concerned anyway, it's a very selfish review. We're gonna do a full review. Jay is probably gonna take this camera apart, that's his thing. But we're gonna have fun, you know, putting it through its paces. It doesn't have in-body stabilization though, but again, during the full review, we'll see how that does because it does have electronic stabilization and the lenses will also support that. So probably adding a bit more. Other than that, it's a great camera. It shoots full HD, full 4K. I think you can even shoot up 6K. Okay, so it's a 6K sensor, you know, super sampled, but it downsamples it to 4K, which again, in my opinion, if you're vlogging, that's more than enough. Most of your stuff, you're probably gonna knock it down. Most viewers are gonna view it in 1080p or lower on their cell phones. But it's good you have that option if you wanna go higher in terms of resolution. At least that option is there. Other than that, it's a brilliant piece of device, and we will let you know how it goes once we put it through its paces. Let me see, can I take this lens off? Yeah, I can. I'm just a bit finicky now because it's a brand new camera. I'm emotional, yes. There you go. That wasn't that hard. Okay. Not gonna break it. Yeah, but because this array is up here, it's not weatherproof, clearly. So that this is an ingress point, so you want to protect this when you're outside. If you're an external vlogger, avoid water and stuff like that could damage the camera. And there you have it. You got your carrier, you got your USB-C, you got the charger, you got the battery, you have the microphone thingy. It sticks up here. Sorry, it's this way. It's this way. Yes. See? So it blocks. I'm sorry. Getting ahead of myself. And that's that, guys. We'll let you know how it goes. Jay will get back to you on this review. Thanks, guys, for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. This will probably add more angles to this our mono channel, which you guys have been faithfully supporting. Thanks again. I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.